What's up, guys? It's Jade, cornerback here again for yet another Teen Wolf the movie related video. Sorry for this video being put out a day after it was supposed to be put out. This video was meant to be put out yesterday, but I decided to just do it today because yesterday I got caught up with a bunch of schoolwork once again. So with that all said, apologies in advance. Also, my throat's kind of congested. I'm not sick. It's just really congested because this weather's been really bipolar. It's been hot one day, cold one day. So it is what it is with my throat. So if you guys also hear me go throughout the middle of the video, that's probably why, because I can't really talk, at least for the moment, for a long period of time without my throat getting, I guess, mucus buildup or whatever. But anyway, today's topic is discussing who was the mother of Derek Hale's son, Eli Hale. I talked about this last week when I put out the video, which is doing really well, by the way. It's almost at like 3,000 views already in like literally like 4.5, 5 days. So continue to support that video, which was the announcement that Derek Hale's son was confirmed for the film. And we got confirmed that he's going to have a son anyway. And his son's name is, of course, Elijah Hale, or Eli Hale for short. So, yeah. And one of the things I mentioned in that video, and one of my biggest talking points, was who is the mother exactly? A lot of people have been giving their opinions. Most people seem to think it's Braden. The thing that people keep shutting down the most is Kate. Teen Wolf News also made a video on this as well. I'll post a clip because I'm going to use one of the clips from his video in this video to point something out. But with that all said, make sure you guys leave a like if you guys enjoyed the topic we're going to be talking about today. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel. We are pretty much growing at our quickest we've grown since like summer 2020. Like, we're almost at 5.2k subs. We just hit 5,000 subs not even a week and a half ago. So yeah, it's crazy the amount of growth. I think we're gonna hit literally 6,000 subscribers by, like, I don't know, probably June. So yeah, continue to support the channel, continue to show love to all the videos. You guys have been absolutely destroying the views. Like, it's literally crazy how fast these videos are getting popular now. So yeah, continue to do that. And with that all said, roll intro. So we're not going to waste any time. We're immediately going to knock off the people I have in this video who I would say are not even close to coming to or are even applicable for being the mother of Eli Hale. And that's two people I have. And the first one we're going to cover is Paige, Derek's girlfriend from when he was 15 years old. I'm going to use the clip that Teen Wolf News posted here, so you guys can check that out real quick.
Derek play. First, Derek was sexually active from a relatively young age, his late teens at least. And two, Derek lived a full adult life when he wasn't on screen. We met Derek in 2011. That's roughly 10 years after his high school relationship with Paige and 6 years after he was involved with Kate.
It explains the timeline of when Derek dated Paige and why it doesn't make sense for Paige to be the mother at all. On top of the fact that she literally died, and even if they did have sex, like, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant that quick, and she wouldn't have, like I said, had any chance to even give birth because she died literally, it wasn't even that long after they started dating, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Paige off the list. Next, Jennifer Blake, immediately off the list. Derek barely knew her, one. And two, we all know they had sex, right? We all saw the scene in the middle of season 3. I think it was episode 6, Motel California, if I'm remembering correctly. That episode where Derek slept with Jennifer Blake. So yeah, he could have possibly gotten her pregnant, maybe. But just like Paige, she didn't really last that long, and she was killed by, one, Deucalion giving her first strike, which damn near left her dead. Two, she was hunted down at the Nematon by Peter, and she got her throat slashed open, so she wouldn't have been able to give birth either. And this was all over the span of, I think, not even a week and a half or 2 weeks. So, yeah, that's immediately off the list. So, no Jennifer Blake and no Paige. Now, for the people that I would consider to be prime and valid candidates, there's really only two, because Derek has only been shown to have four on-screen love interests throughout the entire 6-season run of the show. Like I mentioned before, it was Paige. Paige was the first one. Then it's one person we're going to get into in a little bit. Then it was Jennifer Blake, and then followed by the person we're going to get into next, which is Brayden. So, Brayden seems to be the most popular answer for all the people who think that she is Eli Hale's mom. And to that, I would say I want to correct some comments first that I made previously. So, when people were saying that Brayden could be the mom, my initial reaction was just like, literally put up the image of The Rock's eyebrow when something crazy happened, because I was like,
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Anyway, I took it upon myself to look up this stuff on Google. I pretty much put in the question, can a white male and a black woman have a white kid, pretty much? And you'll be surprised by what I was able to find when I looked this up. I'll put it on screen for you here. So essentially what all this information is saying, just to summarize it, is basically it can happen, and it has happened before, but it's extremely rare that it does. So let's just say this is an instance where that extremely rare case happened and Brayden was, let's just say, the mom. That would imply one of two things. That or not really one of two things, really just one thing. That would imply that Derek stayed with Brayden even after season 4, even though he never mentions her ever again past season 4 when we see him in season 6. At least I don't remember him doing so. And it had to have happened around the time of, when does season 5 take place? 2012. Yeah, it would have had to have happened sometime around late 2012, right? Because that's around the time season 5, actually the entire whole of season 5 takes place, pretty much. So yeah, it could be Brayden. I don't see it being her though, seeing as she's not as significant as a character after her, role in season 5 part 2, where she came and finally accomplished what she was trying to do for like the entire run of her being on the show, which was her finally taking down the Desert Wolf, although it was alongside Malia. So I feel like now that she has her character goal done, there is really no reason for her to come back unless somebody else hired her to get some stuff done, or it's explained in the movie, because we all know Derek's coming back. That was confirmed by Teen Wolf News about a week and a half ago. That they're still together. So yeah, Brayden is another prime candidate that I wouldn't say for sure is the mom, but I would keep in the back of your head just in case it does actually happen. Now to get to the most controversial person that people are talking about not being Eli Hale's mom, Kate Argent. This is my second theory for the mother of Eli. I think that if they're going to make anyone the mom, it would probably be Kate. And Teen Wolf News explains why it could possibly be her.
Now, the movie is supposed to be taking place in the present day. That's 2022. Jeff may go on and round up to 2023 to make it an even 10 years since Scott's graduation, or even 2024 to give him some timeline space to work with if the second and third movies happen. But I'm not talking about that, and the major issue of when Eli was born doesn't hinge on that, really. Eli is 15 now. If the movie is set this year, Eli was born in 2007. If it's 2023, Eli was born in 2008. If it's 2024, Eli was born in 2009. So, at the earliest, Eli had to be conceived 1 or 2 years after the fire at Hale House, and no later than 2 years before the show starts in 2011.
But his conclusion at the end of his video is the conclusion that I came to when I first heard this news. And his conclusion was that the mother is most likely going to be a character we meet in the film, and it's most likely going to be a character we have not been introduced to yet, which I think is most likely going to be the best scenario for this too. But the reason I came up with Kate as a backup choice was because of one thing. She has an established relationship and past with Derek when Derek was younger, before the Hale House fire, right? And she even mentions in season 1, I'll play the clip right here, that they had a whole bunch of quote unquote fun in the past. So clearly it's implied Derek and Kate have had sex multiple times. During that time, Derek could have gotten Kate pregnant, and Kate could have given birth to Eli Hale, although Kate giving birth to him would have had to take place after the burning of the Hale House, which took place 6 years prior to season 1, which was in 2005. So Eli would have had to have been born around 2006 at the earliest and 2007 at the latest. You put 15 years to 2006, and that's 2021. Kind of close to modern era, although we're in 2022 right now, and 2021 happened last year. You put 15 years on 2007, where does that lead us? To modern day Teen Wolf, when the film is going to take place, and where we are right now in modern society, and where we're in the time frame in which they're filming the movie, which is 2022. So if Kate is the mom, and she did give birth to Eli, and maybe she put him up for adoption, maybe she didn't want to have a werewolf child because it wouldn't have looked good in the eyes of Gerard, or maybe Talia at some point figured out that Kate was pregnant or whatever. This is going into hypotheticals now, right? This isn't true. This is just my personal speculation. Let's say Talia found, like I mentioned before, found out that Kate was pregnant and then didn't tell Derek because she didn't want to put that burden on Derek. What if she did the same thing to Derek that she did to Peter, which was get rid of the memories of Derek having a son and getting rid of the memories of Eli and Derek's head? I don't think that's the route they would go. It would be an interesting route, not gonna lie, but I think that it would tarnish Derek's image of his mom by a lot, because I would think that you would think that's a pretty big secret to keep from your own son. But maybe Talia also didn't want tensions to rise even worse than they already were between the Hales and the Argents, so that's probably another reason why she did it, if that is the case. But yeah, my second option is Kate. There's a bunch of different reasons you can come up for it. One of the big points that people brought up was that, oh, well, Kate burned down the Argent's house, and Derek and Kate hate each other with a burning passion. But you guys also forget, and I just mentioned this not even a minute and a half ago, or 2 minutes, however long it's been since I brought up this point, that Derek and Kate have a well-established past. They have a well-established past of at least being in some sort of relationship, whether it was one-sided on Kate's part. That remains to be seen. We might get more information on the film, or we might not. But we know there was a relationship there, and we know they've had quote-unquote fun, and they've had sex in the past. So, yeah. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on it. What do I really think? Who do I really think is the mom? I really think it's going to be a character that we have not seen. I really think that it's going to be a character that's brand new to the film. Maybe she'll be cast and she'll be announced later on, since we don't really have the full cast list yet for the film either. I mean, more people literally just got announced last week and they're already filming. So who knows who's still going to be a part of the film that we don't know about. There could be a bunch of surprises. We won't know until the film actually comes out. So that's my 2 cents on this whole subject of who is Elijah Hale's mom. Make sure you guys leave a like down below if you liked my take in this video and you liked my analysis of who the mother of Eli Hale is. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and also turn on post notifications. And when you do, click that bell icon next to the subscribe button and set your notifications to all so that you never miss a future upload from me. Without further ado, I am Jade's Corner. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your day or night whenever you choose to watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next Teen Wolf the movie related video. Deuces.